The night of the werewolf. The night of the werewolf. It was a spring night on the farm.
Hi, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Dogman
out on the porch
I'm Amanda Lawson,
and
this
enjoy
is
the
episode
fresh
3,
country night air.
of the Dogman.
It was a spring night on the farm. I decided since I was home alone, I would go sit out on the porch swing and enjoy the fresh country night air. The kids were gone. My husband was out at a farm auction that usually lasts till about midnight, so he would not be home till late. I wasn't afraid. It was me and all the animals. We have chickens, cows, pigs, horses, goats, and ducks. I could hear all of them making their normal noises, so all was good. Our farm is 780 acres in Kentucky, and it is beautiful. We have a large farmhouse that we bought as a fixer-upper, so we fixed it up and made it into our dream home. Wraparound porch, 2 stories with a balcony on the 2nd story, and an attic that was big enough to make a room out of it. But it had pulled down stairs, so we just left it the way it was. We built 5 barns around the property, 3 ponds, and made a creek run through by digging a mile-long ditch from the river and making it go back into the river. So now we had constant water running through our property so our animals can drink out of it and we could water our crops. So we didn't have to worry about running our well dry. That was the setup of our property. We did fence in some of the property, but around the wood line we didn't because it was just so thick the animals didn't dare go into the woods. Although we did see a lot of game run across and graze our fields, it seemed every time we planted corn crops there was an eerie feeling on the farm for some reason. It was like that for years, but I thought it was just me being oversensitive, so nothing was ever said and nothing ever happened. We had lived there for 35 years with no problems. It was 1996, April of 96 to be exact. I was sitting on the porch swing reading my book. I had been out there for at least an hour. All into my book, I started hearing the animals running, so I glared up at them and couldn't really tell what was going on. So I just started reading my book again. Then I heard noises from the animals that didn't seem normal. So I stood up and walked over to the steps and seen all the animals running together and then scattering as if a predator was chasing them. I still could not tell what was going on, but they were still running side to side over to the left, then to the right. Then the horses started making noises as if something was after them. I thought to myself, what could be scaring the horses? Then all of a sudden the ducks and chickens started flying around and all the goats were running. I was still there on the porch, so I stepped down on the steps and walked down and walked a ways out, trying to see the barnyard. The barnyard was lit up with motion lights, and I could see the entire barnyard because they were on. All of a sudden, behind the goats, I seen this huge black animal stand up, and it howled at the moon. The moon was out, but it was not a full moon. I don't think it seen me at this time, but the howl, it scared the hell out of me. It made the inside of my body vibrate. Not a normal wolf howl. It sounded like a werewolf howl. But of course, it wasn't a werewolf. Werewolves don't exist. So I walked backwards, back onto the porch, not taking my eyes off the creature. It was still running the animals as if it was a game. Not knowing what this creature was, I didn't want to lose eyesight of it. The phone started ringing, and the ringer's very loud. Gasping, hoping it didn't hear it, I slowly backed to the door, and I noticed it was looking right at me. It seen me. It had started making its way toward me. It was on 2 feet, It was walking on 2 feet and its arms were hanging down to its knees. Oh my God. It looks like a freaking werewolf. The lights are on. I can see this animal, and this animal looks like a werewolf out of a movie. So I ran into the house, locked the door, ran up the stairs, and pulled the attic door down, started up the steps, and I heard the doorknob turning. It was locked, so it was jiggling back and forth. I hurried up to the top, pulled the rope, and closed the attic door back up into the ceiling. I quietly walked across the floor and turned the light on and hid in this closet that I knew was there and shut the door. Oh my God, I thought to myself, there's a damn werewolf. There is a damn werewolf trying to get into my house. Werewolves don't exist. They shouldn't. I finally got calmed down after about 10 minutes, and then I heard footsteps on the hardwood floor. Great, my husband's home. But then I heard breaking noises like something was ransacking the home. Oh God, I left the back door unlocked. Did it open the door? Oh my God, it had to be my husband. But if it was my husband, he would be calling me. Not sounding like he was tearing the house apart. That damn thing has opened the door and came into my house. It is in the house. Oh God. Try not to make any noise and let it know where I was. I stayed where I was, thinking the whole time about my husband coming home and hoping that he doesn't come home and this thing is in the house. It could kill him. The stairs started squeaking. Oh no, I thought to myself, it's coming up the stairs. I can't move, it will hear me. The floor squeaks. So I tried not to breathe, and I didn't move. I could hear it breathing and growling as if it was angry. My cat was in my bedroom, and I heard it try to attack my cat. I guess the cat ran 'cause I heard it running and jumping all over the house and growling and roaring, and the cat tripping. It sounded like it was climbing on the walls. I started to silently cry, and I must have passed out from fear and anxiety and was woken by someone calling my name. Anna, Anna, where are you? Oh my God, he's here. Anna, I'm here, I yelled, crawling out of the closet and pushing the attic stairs down. What are you doing up there? And what happened down here? I climbed down, looked around, and could not believe what I was looking at. Claw marks everywhere, as if it was slicing the walls. Downstairs, dishes and glasses broken everywhere. It had opened the back door and came in. All the curtains were ripped to pieces, and my cat was half eaten and ripped apart. I ran around and closed everything up quick, with my husband constantly asking me what happened. I finished making sure everything was locked before I decided to tell him. I grabbed the guns, loaded them, told him to sit down at the table. We loaded all the guns while I told him what had happened. I was nervous. I did not know what he was going to say, but I noticed he got up angry. He got up and grabbed the phone, called his hunting buddy, and his words to him exactly: "It's time that son of a bitch has done come in my house. We leave at dawn. Come on over. No, she's fine. She hid in the attic. See you then." Then he hung up and looked at me. "I'm sorry," he said. "I seen it hunting before, but I guess it followed me home. I didn't tell you because what was I supposed to say? I seen a werewolf?" Scared, angry, and relieved that I wasn't crazy, I said, "It's okay, hun. You reckon it will come back tonight?" "I hope not, but we will all sleep in shifts. 3 of the fellows are on their way over, so you sleep. We will deal with this thing. Don't worry, honey. The men showed up, so I went to bed. I had to take some medication to sleep that night, but I slept. To be continued. So that was part 1 of The Night of the Werewolf, or The Night of the Dogman. The next part's called Werewolf with a Vengeance. Tune in to find out what happens in this all-out war with the hunter defending his farm against the werewolf he encountered while hunting that tracked him back to his land. Who will win? Who will die? Will it ever end? Only time will tell. See you guys next week. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. Thank you, and have a good night.